Is it officially that time again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. What an assortment we have on display in front of us today.
Mm-hmm. If you can believe it, we actually have 4 different types of Cholula sauces. We actually just went to Target. And, well, Ben just decided he wanted to try everything they have to offer.
I sure do like Cholula.
We thought, that would be a killer idea, so.
Yeah, good to know once and for all what the do's and do nots are for Cholula at Target.
Mm-hmm. And we'll also be discussing our thoughts on the film Killers of the Flower Moon.
It was a good
which
one.
we also watched today. And Ben's also going to try some Jameson whiskey, which is the favorite drink of our beloved character, McNulty, from the best show, The Wire.
The Wire.
And basically that's what we'll be doing today.
So out here I have a little, maybe like a shot and a quarter of Jameson mixed with Canada Dry Ginger Ale and a little bit of lemon. Oh boy.
We also got Taco Bell burritos. That's our
drink with the Cholula.
That's our delivery system for our sauce. We also have the classic Taco Bell sauces as well, which I've tried, but we can also give our thoughts on it. After all, this is a great video.
Well, I'll start over. I guess we should probably start at the same time.
Are they all already good to go?
Yeah, I took the wrappers off them.
Plastic.
Alright, let's go ahead and start out with green pepper.
Green pepper, alright. And this is a cheesy bean and rice burrito, which is the main thing I get at Taco Bell, because they're $1. So usually I get 3, and it just comes out to $3. It's pretty good. They got a pretty good dollar menu.
3 for $3. That's a deal.
Pretty good.
Once, twice sold. I have a vegetarian burrito with, it just said it was layered, which sounded good, and I put some potatoes in there.
Nice.
Alright.
I suppose we should get the first bite off then.
Mm-hmm.
Although, actually, you can just go ahead and pour it. Got a little crevice in my burrito there. So it says, you just poured in. It says, Cholula, green pepper, imported from Mexico, jalapeno, and poblano. Now, I don't know what that second one is. It's probably just another pepper, you think, Brett?
Yep. Jalapeno is sure evident and tasty.
I sure know what a jalapeno is.
Yep, no regrets there. Certainly enjoyed that bite. If you like jalapeno, you can certainly taste it here.
Now we should compare the spiciness as well. Because right off the bat, I'm thinking this is more spicy than the original line.
I do think it's close too. Certainly very tasty as well, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, tier system or out of 10?
How about out of 5? I just can't think of all those numbers.
All right. As far as spice goes, I'm probably gonna rate this a 4, but that may be adjusted later. For tastiness, I'm also gonna give it a 4. It was a pretty tasty one.
Well, for spiciness, I'd probably put I don't know, 4 out of 4 so far, relative to the other Cholulas. And taste, I'd only put 4. It was pretty tasty.
It's a very 4 sauce.
It's got like a good, like a flavor.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
Lots of greedy white people trying to leech off of the oil wealth.
Yeah. New Martin Scorsese film. Great director, beloved. Yeah, just looking at the letterbox premise here, it says, when oil was discovered in the 1920s, Oklahoma under the Osage land. The Osage are murdered one by one until the FBI steps in, which is pretty accurate. Now that's just a 30-second summary, but
I'd sure say that's about what happened.
the movie's over 3 hours long, so that doesn't even begin to cover,
3 hours and 20 minutes.
Lots of stuff going on.
Alright, next up I'm breaking out the chili garlic sauce. So I'm gonna do a nice healthy dose of that.
And I just had a bite of my regular Taco Bell hot sauce, which is pretty good. Although, I would say this is better, because this is a nice sauce. Here we go, chili garlic hot sauce from Cholula.
Pretty good spice right there as well. Definitely a good flavor to it.
Definitely garlic. Tastes like garlic, for sure.
Yeah, very garlicky, decently spicy. I'm gonna give it a 3 on the pepper scale, and also a 3 on the taste scale. Just how it is.
Yeah, I'd probably lean towards a 3 on flavor, and spice, I'd put that like a 2. especially compared to that.
As for the
First one.
drink, with 1 can of Canada Dry, 1 little squirt of lemon juice, and a shot of Jameson, I think it probably needs just a little more Jameson.
More Jameson, huh?
Yeah.
You want that nice flavor?
Well, it's not a great flavor, but it's also not too strong. It's really quite reasonable.
What's the proof on this? Let's see.
Sure beats me.
It's like
40%.
80 proof.
Whatever that means.
I don't really know what proof means. All proof is just double the percentage. And I don't really know why that has to be a separate thing.
Leonardo DiCaprio was really just acting his heart out in this one. He really just had, he's really had this poop-eating grin, and he was pretty despicable at points, and you almost wanted to root for him at others.
Yeah, very interesting character, because, and of course this is all based on a true story, but they, of course, embellish on the characters more than stuff we probably could know them, because we don't actually know them. So perhaps some character liberties were taken. I know the spanking scene wasn't in the book, for as far as I can remember. The scene where Robert De Niro spanks Leo.
That was really
A couple
quite
of
the
times.
scene.
Very interesting, yeah, he was being a bad boy. But yeah, his character pretty interesting, because, it seems like he loves his wife at times, but also,
Yeah, he really genuinely feels for her,
Yeah.
but at the same point, he cares far more about money, and he makes that pretty evident.
Mm-hmm.
Really will go to any length for a bit more green at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
The next sauce is Chipotle, Cholula Chipotle. I love Chipotle burritos, so here is
Yeah, Chipotle is definitely
Chipotle in a burrito.
I would love to go more if they were as cheap as Taco Bell, but I guess the quality is far higher, of course, than at Taco Bell. Those burritos are slam and dunks, right?
I mean, they're huge.
Mm-hmm. And they're pretty great, and I do like to go there when I can afford it, but that's not often. So I'm wondering if this sauce will give me the same magical feeling I get when I get a nice Chipotle burrito. Now let's try that.
It's kind of a nice barbecue flavor, I think.
Yeah. Kind of tastes like barb. It tastes darker, I feel like it tastes darker,
Sure does. And if you look at that, you'll see
represented
that
by the
the color is darker as well.
I also like to acknowledge the difference of each of the tops, because that's a pretty nice one. Very dark. This one's red, green, and you got the classic wooden.
Aesthetically, I'm very
Cool.
satisfied.
Yeah, great bottles. I'd have to say Cholula is probably my favorite sauce. So again, I do enjoy it quite a bit.
It's certainly up there. I'd have to put that in its own category of hot sauces because
Sure.
because yeah, like
I've also got
there's like all sorts of
Chick-fil-A
different
sauce,
ranches
barbecue
and
sauce,
Chipotle
sweet
sauce.
and sour sauce. But in terms of hot sauces, I'd say
In terms of hot sauces,
probably
Cholula is
Cholula.
pretty much an S tier.
Tapatio,
S tier hot sauce.
which is pretty similar to Cholula. I also like Tapatio.
I cannot say I've given Tapatio a good fair chance.
Yeah, I mean I also like Sriracha, which is good, but that has a completely different texture. It's more of a squishy sauce. This is a liquid, You feel me?
I sure do. Last but not least, we've got the original, but before that, I'd just like to give a shout out to the incredible Native American cast just throughout the movie. I thought we had some real stars in terms of the actors.
Yeah, Lily Gladstone.
I don't
She
know
played
any
the
names.
I got the cast poll up here on my
Oh,
great
boy.
letterbox, but there's Lily Gladstone was one of the leads. She played Molly, of course, which is Ernest's wife, and I haven't seen her in anything before, but she was very great. Lots of performances. You really see each of her reactions to all the deaths that are going on, and she just gets progressively more fed up and tired, and just she can't believe this is really happening. Just one by one.
She has this growing realization over years and years that she just can't trust the people around her.
She's surrounded by devils.
Truly.
Mm-hmm.
So the original
Very
Cholula hot flavor. It's gonna be delicious. I've had it many times.
Yeah.
As for the Chipotle, I hate to just be going down the scale here, but I think I'm gonna give it a 2 on spiciness and maybe a 2.5 on flavor.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't really buy that again. So far, I'd probably buy this one. I don't really know how to feel about the garlic flavor too. I like it, but it's also,
It's a bit strong.
I just prefer like a nice good spice without any really other flavors. And I think you're right when you said it kind of tastes like barbecue, which is kind of an interesting flavor to have with the burritos, which I usually put hot sauce
A
on.
classic, always delicious.
So far I put the green in first place, and honestly, it might be better than the original Cholula. And
I gotta say, after that bite of the original, I think it is.
yeah, green verde sauce is usually pretty good. Typically,
Sure, I've always been a
it's got a
fan.
pretty good flavor. Just in all sorts of restaurants where you have it. And this certainly continues the pattern. And honestly, I'm starting to think it's probably better than the original.
In terms of spice, though, I'm gonna go ahead and give the original Cholula a good solid 3.5, and flavor is gonna be another 4. I'd say it's right up there.
Yeah, I put the spice at like a 3. This is for sure the spiciest, yeah. And the flavor, I don't know if I could put it as a 4 because I already decided that this was a 4 and I like this less, but it'd be like a 3.5.
Yeah, but if this is a 3, then this is certainly still above this.
Did I say this is a 3 flavor?
I thought you did.
Yeah, so it'd be like a 2.9, 3.5 right there. And I'd put this at like, honestly, a 1.
I think I'm probably gonna finish this burrito off with a little bit more green pepper Cholula sauce.
Yeah, I think I would have to agree with you there. Because it's honestly pretty enjoyable.
So no spoilers, of course. You should all go and see Killers of the Flower Moon yourself.
In your
But-
local movie theater.
Yeah, but Kevin, how were you feeling about the conclusion? Were you satisfied?
Yeah, I was very satisfied. Not to spoil it too much, but it is based on a true story movie, and typically those kinds of movies usually have a little blurbs at the end about each character and what kind of happened, because it's difficult to tell every single person's end of the story in such a short movie, even though it is 3 hours. You don't have it all the time. So I think they did a very cool expositional way that was very great way to wrap it up, and it also kind of is meta in the way that it is fictionally telling. Well, I can't really spoil it, but you know what? If you haven't seen it, just skip to the next minute, and because it was a radio show about the events that happened, and of course we're watching a movie about the events that happened, which were real, and all these people did die.
We
And who knows
appreciate
what they would feel about being played in a movie.
Hard to say.
It's very interesting how true crime is like that. All these people die, and then it becomes entertainment.
Yeah, their lives become serialized for people to consume.
Mm-hmm.
It's really quite
But,
the act.
There's a pretty impactful story, in our nation's history, and I didn't know about it until I read the book, which the movie was based on. I forget the author, but I think it came out like a couple years ago, and it was good. And I just read it a couple months ago. And boy, they don't teach you that in the history books that I read.
No, sir.
And they don't teach a lot of Native American stuff in the history books, and they probably should.
I don't remember history very well at all.
Ugly part of our past, huh?
Well, go out there, buy some Cholula, go to Taco Bell.
Suppose we should also rate the movie, huh? Since we brought
Oh
up
man,
sauces.
right. So we'll rate the movie on its spiciness and its flavor. I'd say that movie was a good 8.5 out of 10 spiciness. Like it had some really intense moments, like very shocking, very powerful, very visually stunning.
Yep.
Flavor, I gotta cut back down to a 7 because it was good, but it was 3 hours and 20 minutes, and that felt like just a little bit too long for me.
Well, I'll just give it a whole score of 9. I guess spiciness. I just don't.
Hard to say.
I I guess I can't translate sauce flavor to the movie. Difficult.
Very spicy movie.
But spicy events happen for sure, and the flavor in the movie very flavorful. Lots of style.
Make sure you go hungry. There's going to be, lots of entertaining nourishment.
It's the only thing I don't love about long movies, of course, is because sometimes you have to pee, and the pee-ness gets intersected with your longing for the movie to end, which is unfortunate because, of course, it's a great movie where you want to bask in every scene, but also in the back of your mind you're like, I really have to pee, and I also don't want to miss this, so I'm just gonna have to be anxiously waiting for it to end, which often happens when I go to long movies, and that's the only bad part about the movie theaters, of course. If I had a pause button, that problem wouldn't be there. But
now, is that a movie theater problem or a Kevin problem?
That's probably just a me problem because I do like to drink my beverages. But
if you planned it out a little better, you think you could make it that whole movie?
Fine? Some long movies I didn't have, like Endgame, which was a little shorter than this one. But of course, Avengers Endgame, I didn't have to pee for that one. But I'm thinking of Oppenheimer, which I saw recently, which I was also anxious to pee at the end of that. And the other long movie I saw with you was Babylon, but I did pee in the middle of that because I just really had to go.
Babylon's another very good one. You should definitely go and see that. I'd say that movie is 9.5 out of 10 spicy and a 9 flavor. Another 3-hour movie, but definitely one worth watching.
And also The Irishman is good. 3.5 hours. And The Sopranos is actually good. And
sure,
so
the TV show The Wire is very good.
In terms of TV
you got
shows.
Fun characters. You got Paulie and Tony in The Sopranos, and then in The Wire you've got Stringer Bell and Clay Davis.
Clay Davis. Yeah, and we would just like to thank you if you've been watching this long. And if you're a loyal supporter, make sure to subscribe and comment something funny and insightful. And also give this video a like. And also follow me on Letterboxd.
Tell us what you thought about these movies. Tell us what you thought about these sauces.
And also follow me on Letterboxd. My name is Kevin Kubrick. And if you like this video, then that's really nice. And
Evil Broccoli 3, 1, 2, subscribe.